Well, how you doing, my fellow zombies out there? Save that one for later. I'm still watching the West Wing marathon they've got on headline news. They've had it on for about a week, more than that. Running the entire 7 seasons of it. There was one particular show in the 6th season called Drought Conditions that deals with anger because of discovery regarding a loved one who committed suicide. One of the main characters in there had a brother who was an astronaut, but somehow in the storyline for tonight, or what it was originally back on so many years ago, they had an episode talking about Toby's brother a little bit and why Toby was so mentally out of it. I should have picked up on it instantly, but with so many things that they threw into it, there was no way to figure out why the character was written that way. Toby's character was grieving. Well, the actor who portrays Toby, the actor was just portraying Toby, who was grieving over the character's brother, who supposedly died of cancer, but actually took his own life because of the cancer situation. That's hard to deal with, because how many people do we know of happen to deal with this? There's too many people that we know in our lives, that family, friends, people who are close to us one way or another, or even if we had feelings towards them, they meant something to us. And this particular episode is kind of hard because it's dealing with death. The show is a fast-paced one. You hardly ever linger in a few things. They try to show emotion as briefly as possible, and how things matter and how things build up. And sometimes it takes long for them to build up to tension and everything else. And I'm looking at the character being portrayed dealing with loss of life. See, I don't know what it's like to deal with cancer. I know how my family had dealt with cancer. My grandmother had to have her ear taken out, clipped off because there was some cancerous growth and they wanted to make sure that they got it. My mother had endometrial cancer. She had to have a complete hysterectomy, a total one. She couldn't have any kids if she wanted to anyway. And my brother was never tested for cancer. They never found any weird-ass lesions on him, which still puts me into a little bit of a condition here, whether or not I am going to be subject to that kind of situation, where I'm going to be facing that moment. There was mentioning in there about having no fight left and just decide to end it. Losing people left and right in my family for different things almost puts me in that kind of mindset where I'm feeling it and going through it. And it hurts. It hurts because I have to face that myself. I've talked a lot about it in my different tapings, but this, see, I know I'm triggered on this one. I'm triggered it too many damn times, as it is, but I know I'm going to get nailed. I know I'm going to get nailed at this point, and it's going to be driving me nuts. I'm going to look at all this stuff as almost meaningless junk and probably think, well, if I'm going to be getting the big C at this point over here, how the hell am I going to be able to face it? Still want to deal with life on life's terms, or am I just going to be chucking it? As a kid, dealing with a lot of accidents, and a few of them almost putting me into that kind of situation where it was going to be life or death. One of them actually was, just about. All I knew was the pain. I didn't think about what was happening in the world. And seeing people die on me left and right, it really hurt like hell. Made me more afraid of living, and it made me more afraid of dying. Just kept pushing myself. There's no heroics, strength, courage. It was survival. It was just survival. Sorry. Yeah. Too much hair irritating the ear canal. Eventually I gotta get me a haircut and get rid of all this mess. And the thing of it is, when I had lost Ma and still had David, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be ready to do anything until somebody made a suggestion for me to go back to school. Okay, I went back to school. Did maybe 1 or 2 semesters, got the hang of it. Continued on until my brother passed away. And when he then a friend of mine passed away, I was like, my God, what else am I supposed to be dealing with? Already dealing with a hell of a lot on my shoulders as it is. So we go back. COVID kicks in. I'm going online. And then here I am in the physical one. Going back again. And how I'm feeling about all this, I'm still hurting. I'm still grieving over my family. I know I'm going to get triggered left and right. And it's going to be kicking my butt. But I have to say this, that if I don't continue to do what I'm doing right now as it is, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be able to do. How am I going to be able to look at myself in the mirror and think that this is going to matter? When I start thinking that nothing else matters anymore, I know I'm in trouble. Our dog still drives me crazy. I love her madly, and I don't want to lose her. And I know she don't want to lose me. She's still got life left to prove. And I'm grateful for that because we got each other right now. 2 old farts. But that's all right. That's supposed to be. And I'm not going to gripe or complain about that situation there. What's going to happen? Things are going to happen. And I have to deal with it. We have another hour left right now. Time index right now is 10:57 p.m. Well, in about an hour, and then a couple of minutes after that's going to be the change. So this will probably be the last in the diary of the griever named John Weaver. I'm talking about mourning and grieving. I'll probably pick up on it afterwards. I haven't felt tired yet. I haven't had any caffeine in my system just yet. Gatorade. I haven't opened up the bottles yet for sodas. One's got caffeine, the other one's lemon lime flavor. Sprite. I got a bottle of milk, half. I'm going to be drinking that anyway. Yeah, a little bit of sidelining here. But the thing of it is, I'm dealing with a situation that's going to be kicking my ass pretty shortly. They're either going to be grieving before or after the thing happens. And I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. It's got to happen. Why not? This hasn't been easy for me to deal with. I mean, all this particular year here, I was hoping maybe just, get a handle on a little bit of it and just keep pushing forward. Because I hadn't been during the summertime, and I kept telling myself I was going to be going to the doctor's office. It didn't happen. I had to go to the doctor's office, get my physical, but also get the mental health. And when that fall semester kicked in for this year, I said no, I wasn't going to school. I had to take care of this because I was in so much misery and pain during this summertime. Usually when you're in pain in the summer and misery at this point over here, you try to find ways to get rid of it because it's not natural to feel this way, but it is natural because it is to go through it. Some pains you just have to get relief for. But there's other pains out there that I've been dealing with that I haven't because there's no way for me to get relief for it. And that's the hard part about it. That's the hard part about it. Because I've been trying to deal with it. I've been trying to deal with it. And it hasn't been easy. So I look at myself in the mirror and I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to be living and surviving next year until the 24th. And then the 25th happens. And then the 26th happens. And then 27th and onwards. Am I going to be still living year after year, or is it it? But what drives me crazy is when I'm not feeling as I should. Too much anxiety, too much anticipation, too much dreadful anticipation, too much worry, too much fear. Not enough hope, not enough faith, and definitely not enough good feelings at this point to keep me going. I wish I had. Otherwise I'd be able to get myself through this damn mess. So I don't know. Someone's got to tell me that. Very few people in my family have committed suicide. But feeling about suicide, feeling that I should be taking my life, guess there's nothing left to live for. Everything else is going to hell in a handbasket, so just, and there's too much pain, this is this, so just find one thing after another thing to solidify and justify it all. To deal with that kind of, to deal with those feelings, they call it remorse. Yeah, I forgot about that one. But to deal with remorse, you can't even function, your head's not right, you can't even think straight, you can't even be straight. Yeah, I feel it. And I have to acknowledge it. I have to talk about it. I have to get it off my chest. I have to get it off of me, period, because I sure as hell don't want this. I don't. What have I got to look for? What have I got to live for? What have I got to experience at this point over here? What is so darn important right now that if I don't do anything, am I going to be here or not? And if I am going to be doing something, am I going to be doing something positive? Or am I actually going to be committing myself to that particular course of action that I'm really going to be hating for the rest of my existence? And I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with it. Some people may have a hard time just handling things that their brothers or sisters or family used to have or dealt with. I still got a clock that's broken. That was my brother's. We had that damn thing busted for years. Somewhere in there is around a clock. Inside the cabinet, behind me, are the ashes that I hardly ever used, yet touched. And I tried to put a lighting system in there. Just a battery powered with an on-off switch in there. I wanted something somber. It's like lighting a candle for your family as a remembrance. I can't even do that. I got the pictures out already. I got pictures on computers, phones, reminding me of my family. I got my brother's heavy foul weather jacket that he fitted at one time, and I couldn't. I still can't. Way too damn small for me. I've gotten large with my inactivity half the time. A lot of things I used as a crutch because I didn't want to face people. I didn't want to face myself. I didn't want to face anything else. But I hoped maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to face my brother in my dreams because I would feel comfortable. My brother be there. And if I happen to see him, I'm chasing after him to be with him. But I hardly ever get a conversation out of the guy. I know at one time, something was so upsetting him so much, I couldn't get any words out of it, just a glare at him, and I had to ask myself when I woke up, what did I do to piss him off this time? Hardly ever see my mother anymore, but I'll see her from time to time. My grandmother, my God, it's a rarity to actually see her. Well, the rest of the family, for that matter. Maybe some dream therapist could call it for something else. I don't know. Try to use some scientific mumbo jumbo. Me, the memories that I still want to have. I don't know what to expect, except probably to hear skies light up and go crazy at this point. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Within the hour. I'll be posting this as soon as I'm finishing with this video, but I just had to get this stuff off my chest. I mean, I do see shows from time to time and people think I'm getting too cramped, or actually too clustered in here. Not with junk cluttering around, no. It's cluttering around with my own emotions. You see, when you're this much in a depression, if you're really on survival mode and you're pushing the emotions back, you can function. You're just not smiling or trying to act as much. Or maybe you're pretending so much, but you're still hurt like a son of a bitch anyway, and you just don't want to hide and just not get out of the damn covers. Just hide. You can pretend, you can laugh, you can smile like crazy. Actual feeling, that scares me even further. Am I actually feeling it for them, or am I feeling it for myself? And I can't tell you because I sure as hell don't know. Alright, enough of this one.